Welcome to Ask the Expert with noted radio host Steve Sleeper. Each week, Steve interviews entrepreneurs and professionals and shares their intriguing stories of success and service. Now, here's radio veteran Steve Sleeper.
Our guest today is personal injury attorney Chaz Roberts with Chaz Roberts Law in Lafayette, Louisiana. They understand the challenges of dealing with injuries, pain, and emotional suffering after an accident. Those injured by the negligence of another person deserve fair compensation. I began the interview by asking Chaz about his firm.
We help people that are hurt, and mainly in car wrecks. We take cases throughout Louisiana, mainly in the Acadiana area. We have two lawyers, myself and Bradley Aldrich. We met on our first day of law school at LSU Law, and I have a paralegal. Her name is Sasha. I've handled cases in just about every area of law you can imagine. So although I focus on car wrecks, a lot of times I can provide guidance to my clients in other areas.
Why do I need an attorney if I've been in a car accident?
Well, to create leverage in the relationship between you and the insurance company. The insurance company is a billion-dollar organization. Obviously, a lawyer knows the laws, but we also know the doctors. We know the system. We know the insurance companies. We know the adjusters. We understand case value. Frankly, we pose a threat to the insurance company because we are able to file suit. We're able to take a case all the way to trial. That could cost them a lot of money. A normal person who is not a lawyer does not have that ability. So they have to jump through the hoops by hiring a lawyer. And the insurance companies know that, and they use that against people. So I always recommend to hire a lawyer. I'll give you an example. I had a client. He tried to do the right thing, handling the case himself for 10 months. He couldn't get a return call, much less any bills paid, much less a fair settlement. I took the case, I filed suit, conducted discovery, checked the boxes that needed to be checked, put the pressure on the insurance company. In 6 months, he received a six-figure payout. I'm not saying that's in every case, but if you hire someone that has the tools, the knowledge, it can be a great asset to you. You have to fight fire with fire. We have the resources.
How do I know if I have a case?
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, you have a case. It could be minor pain. It could turn into a major pain later. Simply put, if you've been hurt in a car wreck and it was not your fault or partially not your fault, you have a case. And you should at least do yourself a favor by consulting a lawyer. And the lawyer can direct you. If you don't have a case, well then no biggie, you didn't lose anything. If you do have a case, a lawyer can help you and assist you and show you the right way.
So how do I pay for a lawyer?
Well, in personal injury cases, that's the beauty. We work on a contingency fee basis. We don't get paid unless we recover. So we don't charge anything to set you up with a rental. We don't charge anything to help you with the property damage, which is any type of damage to your car, or it could even be a total loss. We don't recover anything. We don't charge you anything for that service. If we are able to recover for a personal injury claim, then we get paid on the back end. But if the case goes south, if there's any issues, like there's really no insurance or there's a liability question, you don't owe us anything. We eat our time, we eat our expenses. You don't pay us anything. We shake your hand and say, I'm sorry, we wish we could have helped you. You don't owe us a thing.
Let's talk about a scenario. I'm driving along, green light. Proceed. Guy runs a red light, T-bones me, but T-bones me on the passenger side. There's nobody else in the car but me. Mm-hmm. So, I'm able to get out of the car and move around. Are there some things I should keep in mind that I need to do in a situation like that?
First thing you should do is call 911. You need to make sure that the police officers come out to the scene and create a crash report. If you are significantly injured, the first thing you should do after you make sure that the cops are there is to get into an ambulance and go to the emergency room. If you're able to walk around and you're not critically injured, internal bleeding, head trauma, that sort of thing, and you're able to move around, you should try to get some photos of the accident scene. Take some photos of your vehicle, take some photos of the other vehicle. This is what we call evidence, which we may need to prove your case if there's a question of liability later on. Can you identify any witnesses around? Can you get their information? Can you get their phone number, their name? Can you get some pictures of the scene, of the location of the vehicles as they came to rest? Can you get the other driver's information? Can you get a picture of their license, a picture of their insurance card? The quicker you're able to get the insurance information to a lawyer, the quicker that we can start the claim and get you into a rental and start fixing your car. But number one, if you're hurt, you need to get to the hospital.
So what do I do if an insurance adjuster, and when I say an adjuster, the other guy's insurance company, an adjuster calls me? What do I do in a situation like that?
I tell my clients, if an insurance adjuster calls you, you simply say, call my lawyer and hang up. That may sound rude, but it's not. You have to understand, these people are not your friends. They are on the opposite team. They are paid to minimize your claim. Everything you say can and will be used against you. You have to assume that you are being recorded. So less is more in this scenario. Call my lawyer and just hang up. We had a client who had neck and back pain. Well, the back pain developed a few weeks later. Doctors will tell you that's very common. Well, what happens when that person gave a statement to the insurance adjuster? They only mentioned the neck pain because the back pain developed later. But wouldn't you know it, several months later, the insurance adjuster and the lawyer say, well, we don't believe your back pain is associated with this case because you only talked about neck pain. Right? So anything you say can and will be used against you. So less is more. Don't talk to insurance adjusters. They're paid to minimize your case or close out your case.
Chaz, as we do this interview, we're about 8.5 months into the COVID-19 pandemic. How are you dealing with it now? How are you meeting with clients? What's going on with the courts in case you do have to do litigation, all that kind of stuff?
Well, I can tell you, we're taking it one day at a time. We have digital intakes, we have texting software, we have DocuSign. We're trying to minimize contact with the clients coming in and out. That's for their safety and our safety. When we do have clients that come in, we have mandatory mask in the building. We have a certain protocol. We follow CDC guidelines. In the last 6 months, I've taken and given depositions with my clients through Zoom to avoid a conference room full of people. I have continued to go to court, but there's mandatory mask. I've tried to minimize the time in court. There was a period of time when we were forced to stay home. We worked from home. We never stopped working. We were able to have a seamless transition when we moved home, when we moved to the home office. And our clients really didn't notice any kind of drop off. So we're just taking it one day at a time, trying to follow all the guidelines and do the best we can. But everyone's safety is definitely in the top of the mind, and I think we've done well.
Is it delaying claims at all? Are the insurance companies using this to drag their feet, or what are you seeing there?
Well, certainly not on our end. So we're still moving full speed ahead. I've noticed a lot of the adjusters are working from home. A lot of attorneys are working from home. And so I haven't really noticed a huge delay in processing claims. Some of the government bureaucracy that we have to deal with in Medicaid, Medicare, some of those agencies have been a little slow to respond or backed up. The courts were closed for a period of time. That caused some delays and some resets of trial dates and that sort of thing. But as you know, those are only a small percentage of the cases, the ones that are set to go to trial.
Our guest today has been Chaz Roberts with Chaz Roberts Law in Lafayette, Louisiana. Call him at 337-504-3202.
Thanks for listening to Ask the Expert with Steve Sleeper. Join us next time as entrepreneurs and professionals share their intriguing stories of success and service.